Hi, and welcome back to our Okinawan Kempo YouTube channel, showcasing some techniques of Kyo-Jute-Ru. We're in the midst of a series on simple self-defense techniques being fed by the standard attacks in our Aiki Jiu-Jitsu curriculum. To break things up a bit, we're going to go out of order. We've done a series of wrist grabs. We've covered grabs to the chest and to the shoulders. We're going to go ahead and drop some strikes in as we move through the remainder of the grabs, just to have some variety as we're going. And we're going to continue with the structure of looking at a low-level response, a mid-level response, and then a very serious response where we're trying to take the attacker out of the situation to where that individual does not continue to be a threat. I encourage you to check out the other videos in the series and to send us any questions that you have as we go. The technique we're looking at is going to be a roundhouse punch. Now, in terms of our Aiki Jiu-Jitsu, Yoko Menuchi is anything that comes through this angle. So this could be your traditional sort of haymaker, which is what we're going to look at tonight. It could be an overhand sort of strike for someone who had maybe studied some Chinese systems. It could also be that the person has a weapon and is coming in through this angle, but sort of an archetypal technique that we'll defend against tonight. Now, the first one, you may be asking, why would you ever have a low-level response to somebody trying to hit you upside the head? And that's a fair question. But such things exist. And again, if you've not checked out the other videos, please do, where we talk more about that. For tonight, I'll just say, I have spent a significant portion of my professional life in schools. If this person throwing that roundhouse punch is an out-of-control 4th or 5th grader, or a frail little old lady who has lost her faculties, it's not appropriate to respond with a high level of force. And that's why we take the time to deal with sort of the lower level technique. So let's say he throws that roundhouse punch. I'm going to block it, intercept it, move it down, and just move away. And that would be an option for someone that you did not want to harm. And we need to have and to train for that possibility. Of course, most of the time, if someone is swinging to hurt you, we're going to respond with something more significant in terms of level of force. So for sort of a mid-level technique, I could do that same reception, take it down, enter in, and go into a shihonage. Now, the shihonage can be very gentle. I could take a step and pull him down to the ground and pin him there. It is also possible that I could take that arm and just drag the wrist through this arc and totally take his shoulder apart, which would make it a very, very serious technique. To harken back to the first one, it's also possible there where they're in this position to line up that joint hierarchy and just push the person away. So there's a lot of possibility even within that. Now, with that said, let's say that the situation was this situation and the attacker was significantly larger than I am and stronger than I am, and he's throwing that roundhouse punch. I'm probably going to start by receiving it with a kick to a vital area. I'm going to follow up with a serious strike to his jaw. I'm going to follow up with a serious strike into his throat, maybe one more down at the bladder. And this is the thing about Kempo training. I could just keep chaining moves together aimed at his vital areas until I felt that the situation was over and I was safe. That's a very serious response. But just like we need the soft one, when we're faced with someone we definitely do not want to hurt, you also have to train for the reality of if he were one of three, and I needed to make sure that he didn't get back up and become a 4th man. That's why we have that level of response. So we hope that you will like and subscribe and also ring the bell to continue receiving notifications as new videos come out. Please check out the self-defense series and send us any questions or comments we have. We'd love to hear from you.